Without wasting your time, we are going to share top 5 best backpack rain cover. The product links are in the description and in first comment. The number 5 on the list is Salzman Reflective Backpack. Salzman Reflective Backpack. Kiddo walks to the bus in the morning, it's dark with 0 street lights and this thing keeps her very visible. It's easy to put on and we have it situated so that she can still access her backpack easily. It's also stayed. I don't think it's waterproof, but it does add another barrier and I appreciate the pocket on the front. It's gone through some abuse and I haven't had anything fall apart yet. The image is misguiding as I can't imagine it fitting a backpack bigger than a medium size. At that size it's even a little difficult to strap on. It can be a pain in the a because it doesn't get fat enough clean despite being attached to a year-old that's going to and from school. On the bus I get a lot of compliment and curious questions about this cover. It works weak, fits multiple size bags I own and is very easy to see, so drivers tell me. I also like the little back mesh pocket. I stick my phone in there on dry days with the flashlight on for extra visibility or a headlamp on not so dry days. I like this simple yet effective attachment for my backpack because I need to be seen by cars on the road. I have ridden at night with this and have felt confident that people will see me. I primarily bought this for commuting from campus to my apartment, especially when I have night exams. I felt this item prepared me to safely ride at night. It will be hard to lose your backpack biking to college every day where rainfall is unpredictable. Protecting books and laptop were my goal with this cover. It fits over my Osprey Nebula pack. It has done the job I hoped for, protecting my pack and items. Also, leaving campus later afternoons helps my visibility in the bike lane. The number 4 on the list is Kelty rain cover. Kelty rain cover. I was hesitant about carrying this extra weight on a recent day backpacking trip, but ended up being glad that I did. The cover held up perfectly through several severe thunderstorms and adjusts well to different pack configurations. I used it on a Kelty zip with a tent bag strapped below the pack, and that was about as much pack as it'll fit, but I think the description said as much. Waterproof and easy to pack back into its attached bag after a few tries to get it right. The straps and snaps are solid quality. A bonus was that the carry bag sits pretty flat but wide when it's all put away, so it tucked nicely on top of the rest of the stuff in the top pocket brain of my pack, adding an extra bit of peace. So mind that there was a waterproof layer on top of my electronics in case I got caught in a sudden downpour. I got this in the mail the other day. The color is not a blue-gray like the picture, but rather a deep forest green. The color wasn't an issue for me, just a small surprise, and I double-checked that it was the right product. I have a Kelty Reed Wing, so I ordered the large size, though it's right at the border between the smaller for the small and larger. For the large I tested it out and it really seems a bit large for the Reed Wing. Someone even made the joke that I could use it as a makeshift tent if it came down to it. I feel like there should be a medium size so the cover won't be too big nor too small of medium-sized packs. The number 3 on the list is Osprey Ultralight Rain Cover. Osprey Ultralight Rain Cover. I have Osprey's either pack in a size medium for the rain cover. I ended up ordering them because I wanted to have extra room to cover anything attached to the outside of my pack. I got caught in a couple rainstorms last summer while backpacking, and this rain cover was fantastic. It had plenty of room to cover my fully loaded pack and had a cinch strap to make it snug from my neck to my waist and an additional strap across the middle to bring in the sides. I also love that the carry bag is attached to the bottom so you never have to worry about losing it. It is super lightweight, similar to the thickness of a backpacking tent, and looks pretty stylish for a rain cover. I assume you'll have to be careful putting your pack on the ground while this is attached due to the thickness of the material, but if you take good care of it, I'm sure it will take good care of you. If you've got an Osprey pack, this cover is a no no-brainer. If you have a different brand, I'd still recommend it as a quality rain cover. I bought the medium and it is a great fit for most packs. At the upper end liters it is maxed out and will probably not work if you have things strapped to the outside of the pack, but should accommodate bottles inside pockets. Osprey is zero help in giving actual dimensions, but if it helps anyone, the medium is sized as follows, measuring between the stitched seams made from a light siliconized nylon fabric with taped seams that packs up super small and will remain waterproof for a long time. This material can be poked and abraded fairly easily, so try to be careful with it in brush or when setting it down, but it is reasonably durable. If you need higher durability, bite the bullet and get a heavier pack cover. A very nice feature of this pack cover that is not advertised or pictured often is that the bungee cinch cord can't be looped over the hip belt and opening on the cinch channel on each side. This keeps it from coming off in wind or when you need to get into the pack while not wearing it. Simple idea to make it simpler to use. There is also a small light clip buckle near the top attached to the cinch cord that can provide additional security from it being blown or pushed off of the pack. Great product, and I like it better than the similar C2 Summit pack covers, and it costs less. The number 2 on the list is Evitap Waterproof Backpack Rain Cover. Evitap Waterproof Backpack Rain Cover. I like this model better than the others due to it having a buckle that clips under your shoulder strap to ensure it from not coming off. I did a quick water test at home and it was able to repel the water and then hold water when made into a bowl. The real test will be when I'm hiking through the Philippines next month. I wanted to get a rain cover for my it's listed as on their website, and after checking the dimensions I opted to go for the next size up, and I'm glad I did. The cover fits great and looks like it has plenty of room for when I fill out my bag for hiking. The clear plastic storage bag is nice as well for storage when you're not using it. I'll try update this review after I use it in the rain. This item worked perfectly on a hiking trip where we got caught in a downpour. I went with the recommendation to buy a size up, and I'm glad I did because the size of my actual backpack wouldn't have fit. This went over my backpack quickly and it kept my bag completely dry, which was important because I was carrying my very expensive that day and the rain was not supposed to come until much later in the day. At the first sign of rain, we stopped and I grabbed this out my camera and my backpack and put this on my bag for the first time. At first I thought I did it wrong because the buckle seemed look like it would make my backpack straps not work, but it was fine when I put it back on. The water repelled off of it and the cover didn't budge or need readjusting at all. I'm so impressed. When we got back to our car about an hour after the rain started, I anxiously checked my backpack under it and was impressed to find it not even a little bit damp, only my backpack straps were wet since they weren't covered. The cover dried quickly since it repelled the water and it was easy to add it back into the ouch. It arrived in one of the best purchases I've made for my hiking bag. Worked well for a low contour pack since it only has one attached strap. An additional strap or two is recommended to keep the shell in place for airline baggage. The number 1 on the list is Joywalker Waterproof. Joywalker Waterproof. I got this to put over my bag for a mile motorcycle trip. Now this may sound like a bad review, but it is not. We got nailed in Canada. Not just rain, but pouring rain for hours. The bag was made to cover a backpack while wearing it, not really while it's strapped to a motorcycle going highway speeds during a downpour. The only problem I encountered was that water would collect in the bottom and have no place to go, so the clothes at the bottom of my bag did get wet, not soaked, just wet. Other than that, the cover was waterproof. If you were hiking, I don't think you would have a problem keeping your bag dry. The way I was packed, it did push the sides out, giving the water a place get into. On your back it should be tight. I wouldn't hesitate to recommend this to someone, and it will still be used on my next motorcycle trip. I actually had a pretty full pack and wasn't sure I was going to bring this when I ordered it, but when it arrived I found it to be quite small and easily stored. Didn't use this much in the rain on my trip, but when I did it seemed to work as intended. Actually used it more often to keep my pack dry while sitting on the tent floor, as the tent floor was not waterproof and did get quite damp. I got and it was the right size for my pack, but I had a tent strapped to the bottom and it wouldn't really cover that, plus the pack, no fault there. Just a note, if you are going to strap stuff to the outside of your pack, get one size up.